Welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness, beautiful Black and other people. Welcome. Always great to see you. Hopefully, you all can hear me well, loud and clear. If not, please let me know. Let me know. But for you guys, of course, we can give you the welcome. Hey. Hopefully everybody has had a great week or a great start to their week. I do have a couple of shout outs. Well, one shout out in particular before I really get started and get things going. Today is, well, not my eldest sister, but my middle sister's oldest birthday today. So happy birthday to you if you were watching. I know I said happy birthday to you earlier, but you can never say happy birthday enough. So on this day of 2022, on the second month of all these twos in here, happy birthday to my big sis Kim. Love ya, and see you soon. But anyway, without further ado, welcome to everybody in the chat. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments right about now. So if you're saying hello, I can't see you because I got all this shit up here. But welcome. Brother Nate, just let me know when you're ready, sir. And I'll be ready to shoot you on up. All right, sir. Hey, how's it going, sir?
Fine. And yourself?
Great. I'm good indeed.
Very good. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Hey, Queen Diva. Lindsay, where you been at, girl?
Right. I mean, I would put a picture of my sister up here, but she'd get mad at me.
She'd get mad at you.
Yeah,
hey, Pink.
She's very professional like that. She don't play them games. She will get you. Y'all think she is definitely one. She don't play no games. But thank you.
Hey, Melissa Scott, Patty.
I will definitely send those birthday wishes off to her. She's probably in the cloud somewhere watching.
And Mo, how you doing, Mo? Sorry about that, sir.
Hey, what's going on? Oh no, you're fine. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Patty, of course, Queen Diva, Melissa, Auntie Scott. How are you? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Hey, what's going on, Pink? What is going on, Lynn T? Oh, you done escaped, Lynn. Did you unchain the shackles?
I was gonna say working on those orders for this year.
You're right.
Starting early.
Right. Starting early. Welcome to everybody. Welcome. Like I said, I hope you guys had a great week. I had to get my oldest sister's birthday shout out there, or one of them. And definitely hopefully she's enjoying it with her older self. How's it going?
Going fine. Ain't nothing going on.
Nothing.
No foolishness. Nah. Staying real low. Real low. I ain't
real low.
Nope. I peep here and peep there. That's what I do.
Excuse my slight darkness. It's because one of my ring lights has gone out. It was my fault. It was wrapped up somewhere, and I was kind of tugging at it and kind of tugged a little too hard. And
all I know, you got to be careful. You can't be pulling real hard now.
Right. Wires came out and everything. I don't know my own strength. Okay. In the late words of Whitney Houston. So, this has been a week of a lot. Definitely very much a lot. Well, it's dark to me. I like to be illuminated. So I like people to see all this goodness. So it looks a little dark to me. But thank you so much.
At least you're pimping yourself.
I mean, if I don't pimp myself, you're gonna you
ain't doing it.
Right.
You ain't doing it right.
So we'll be working on that. But if anybody wants to donate to the CCN Ring Light Fund, thank you. And this little desk one, I don't need no big one, not yet. Anyway, that's studio.
Yeah, we're not going for computers.
Right. We're not going for computers. I have my own Mac that I paid for. So thank you. No, thank you.
Because you never know.
Right.
You might have to sell your soul or sell a hoe. I don't know.
No, they're not for sale.
They're not for sale?
No.
Wow. Well, they don't care. They don't really want to buy it. They just want to rent it.
Yeah, that's it. It's like not even a rent to own. It's just it's not even here nor there. Another day, another place.
That's right.
In the land of the free.
The free. That's right.
Right, the free that you pay for. Right. Get into that one. So, all right. Without further ado, guys, we're just gonna get on into it with some news updates. News. So we have a lot of news. Where do we start?
The beginning.
Whoa, it's a lot. Let's see. Let's go with the relevant to the non-relevant to the. Let's just teeter-totter back and forth.
What start heavy and light? Or you just got them all mixed.
It's really all mixed. It's a lot. It's some heavy hitters in here.
Well, just start and run with it.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Let's just start with this one to get this one out the way. So, Loretta Lynch.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with.
She's the former U.S. Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, during the Obama administration, and all that good stuff. When we thought we were moving on up like George and Weezy, well, some of us, she's representing the NFL due to their recent evidence, shall I say, of their
it's so much
racist practices, but I'm sure she's going to cover all that and Kaepernick and other things all in there. But for right now, long story short, and to condense this as much as possible, the NFL is trying to cover their ass and make sure that they don't seem as racist.
Well, actually, that's the fastest black that they've ever hired.
Yeah, right. That is true. That is true. But to not seem as racist as they have been proven, I won't even say alleged, because there ain't nothing alleged about it.
Nothing really changed.
Right. Since that recent what's the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, well, he just got a job.
Right. Correct. He just landed a job with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Right. And for Pittsburgh, nonetheless, with their fantastic zoo, mind you, has a predominantly black coaching staff. The first one in the NFL.
Yeah. And only
the only one. And literally right now, because they fired that other head coach, he is the only black NFL head coach in the NFL again. And he is the only coach with a predominantly black team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you for the super chat. You have a super chat, sir.
Thank you.
Towards your light fund.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Shay. Appreciate it. Thank you for the light fund. I love you guys.
They know that light can only be used for filming.
Right.
PG.
It is only used for filming PG things. Okay. Okay.
We won't do no more photos. You tested out new lightings. I think we had enough of that. Say that for the Christmas rush.
Yeah, for the Christmas rush. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. So she is representing the NFL. Why? Interesting. That still has to sink in for me as to why. Of course, the money. I mean, that goes without saying. We can't, But I don't know. Maybe some season tickets for her family for the rest of their life. I have no idea.
I just find it strange that here the same good old boys that were, that were standing on her neck.
Right.
For her brief time that she was there,
Every time Trump said something, they were like, they were on it. So it's like, What'd you say?
But once again, who you need to clean up the shit and get the shit straight?
Right,
Black
a
women.
black woman.
Black
Right,
woman.
exactly. At that.
Now, what I would like her to do is to go in there and find out all the dirty secrets, then leak all that shit out.
Exactly. Now that and that's a perfect world. But of course,
house ninja.
we should see, yeah, we should see what this brings. But like we stated in the midst of all this, to bring this kind of together with two stories, the former football coach of the Miami Dolphins, who basically outed the head coaching kind of segregation, affirmative action hire system that they have going on, found another job. And for those of you who don't know the story, I know his last name is Flores, but his first name escapes me right now at this moment. And Brian. All right, Brian Flores. So, yeah, he was working for the Miami Dolphins, and a head coaching position, arose in New York for him to head coach the Giants, I believe. Or was it the Giants? I think it was the Giants. But don't quote me. And before he even went for the interview, one of the other head coaches for a whole nother team, mind you, congratulated him on the position. And he's like, he's going along with it. And I guess he realized, you're not talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, well,
because he hadn't even interviewed for it.
Right. He hadn't even interviewed for the position yet. And then he's like, well, do you mean me or so-and-so? And he's like, oh man, I fucked that up.
That was a big fuck up.
Yeah, that was a huge fuck up because you let the cat out the bag to the system in which they have. So apparently they have been always, doing this thing where they interview black coaches for the position, but they won't hire them.
Well, it's like they would, they were just going to do the bare minimum.
Yeah. Or have them, in some sort of defense coaching-esh kind of thing, but never as the head coach. Because again, they don't want to see, the owners want to see images of themselves as far as head coaching positions. So best of luck to all that stuff going on. All right, so in other news, let's talk about white tears.
Yes.
White tears, America.
And there was a lot of them. What? They were even some Oriental tears, but they were close enough to white. What did it say? I didn't hear. What did it say? Oh yeah. And I know that's what his mother felt like too.
Yeah. Kim Porter, the woman who shot that young man and claimed, I forgot what she claimed now at this point. Let me think.
I don't know. It's still foolishness and fuckery.
Yeah.
Hey there, the artist.
What's going on? You? Hi, everybody. I can't see the chat right now, so please excuse me. But anyway, she shot the young man dead, then cried about it, and everybody was concerned about her, and let alone there was a man shot, dying, plowing into moving vehicles because he has lost consciousness. And everyone, all of the other police officers were concerned about her crying on the scene. And she talking about she's going to lose her job, that she's going to prison. I'll let that sink in for everybody. So she gets on the stand and she does a Kyle Rittenhouse.
Boy.
And starts crying.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, everybody's like, no, he ain't buying it. Been there, done that. Okay, if this is the thing that they're going to do on the stand. And at first, people were saying, bye, Felicia. And I was thinking, I was with it. Like, okay, bye, Felicia. We may be progressing somewhere. And this chick gets a 2-year sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does that.
If she does that.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I mean, just a failure. Like the whole system. Throw the whole system away. Could we just?
Oh well, we know that. There's this whiteness all through it. So
yeah, it's like through everything. And the more I read, the more I auto read this book, I'm an hour into doneness. The whole United States, just straight.
It's
just trash. Throw it all away. They wanted, and I was reading the article as I was closing my day that you sent me about the state of Mississippi, basically voting 25 to 9 back in the early part of the end of the Civil War and stuff.
to
get rid of all of the black natives and residents of Mississippi, the state, and practically the United States. But first they were going for the state, 25 to 9. Majority of them wanted Africans to go back to Africa. They were willing to pay for it.
And they were asked, and they not only that, extort.
And they were trying to
countries.
extort Europe, right? They were trying to extort Europe for their. They leaned heavily on the United States during World War I to help them pay their bill for the war.
Yeah, to pretty much see how much somebody, some other country owes them.
Right. And it was like, well, since you owe us about a couple $1 million, how about we do this? We do a trade-off. We'll send them people over there and we'll call your debts even. A lot of people wasn't buying it. Now, some black people even were on board, the separatists, who was like, well, hell, I'd rather go someplace else than be treated like shit here. Send me, I'll go. Which, I ain't mad at it because
no, it does sound good.
We think we were treated horribly. Now you can just imagine what our ancestors went through. I wouldn't be mad, but just the thought of that and how they try to again act like, oh, nothing to see here. Oh, there's history. We've progressed so much, and it's like we haven't made. Like in true reality, we've made steps, but they're like baby steps, like toddler steps. They have not been steps where you really like.
It's pretty much circles, because as soon as you find out one thing that is an advantage, there's something else to take you back around, and you start. And this is just a circle, back and forth,
like snatching it back up. They'll be like, "Up, gotcha, up, gotcha, up, gotcha," and it's like, damn, like. Do we ever catch a break? Is it always something?
No.
Do we never? It's always when we think we got somewhere, you come back with a gotcha, bitch. Like, goddamn, it's really
but we are a resilient people.
Yeah,
we are a resilient people.
But how much?
And when we start popping caps in these motherfuckers, we'll be even better.
But that's what I'm saying. How much more can you take until enough's enough?
That's why they're afraid. That's why they're so afraid.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. They are so afraid that if we finally have our Florida Evans damn moment,
right? Yeah,
that we will slaughter them and their families and the family pets.
Right.
And that's what they're afraid of. Once the rage is released, once the genie's out of the bottle, what are you going to do?
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. So in some other news,
did you finish the Kim Porter that she got off? Did you talk about the fucking judge, man?
No. Hold on. Let me go back on that. She's already served 58 days and expected to serve 16 months in prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Her sentence was suspended upon release. Oh God! And she gave more white tears. I know.
Yeah, she gave more white tears, and then the judge got up there and she gave yellow tears.
I already knew the judge was going to. Honestly and truthfully, I already knew the judge was with the shits. I really knew the judge was with the shits from day one. There was a lot of things that she was definitely like, everything was kind of, and I'm just like,
in her seductive voice.
Yes. Yes,
She's,
and everything.
she definitely could do phone porn.
Right? Do you wish to not be on the jury today? I understand. Yes, it's a very tumultuous task that we asked you to do today, and I understand. I bet you if you put put that shit out your voice, this is important. Like this sets the precedent for future. Like this is nothing to play with. These people are losing their lives for what? For somebody's fear? We're dying here for fear. In sake of fear, like this at this point, enough's enough. But again, if we were to reverse that and start popping these cops back, then all of a sudden it'd be, oh, we need to be on alert. Oh, we need more security. Oh, these cops aren't safe. Oh, all this. But what's all this? You know, like we constantly have to go through this. We constantly burying a black man, a black woman. For what? For what? When they handle their own people and get shot and stabbed. I was trying to look for the article. I couldn't find it. The one with the the white cop that got stabbed like tons and tons of times by the white man.
Yeah, six times. Yeah,
like 6 or 7 times with the knife and nothing. No bullets. No nothing.
Yeah, no nothing. No nothing.
I talk about, yeah, we knew he was mentally ill and he was mentally disturbed and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you didn't put 19 bullets in him. Not one of you.
But not only that, just her reaction, her smug reaction when she took her mugshot, her reaction on the body cam after she figured out that she had shot him instead of tasing him, and saying, and you know, she's worried about herself,
right?
Not, oh my God, I didn't mean to shoot him. It was just, I mean, when you think about it, a traffic stop for air fresheners on the mirror and expired tags.
Right.
Okay. That's what this man died from. And then this judge comes up with this fucking excuse.
And then the warrant
for the sentencing.
But the warrant that he had. In her testimony, she said that's what caused the sense of alarm and urgency was the bench warrant that he had. But I'm just like, people get bench warrants all the time.
They know where you are.
Right.
See? That's the whole thing.
Right.
What, you know, if they had done a high speed chase through town, they tore up all kinds of shit.
Right.
It's like you know where he is.
Right.
You know that he's driving around. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And
then to have a person of that age in his early 20s, and you have 3 police officers come up to your vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you clearly know he's on his phone with his mother, trying to get to where the information is that they would possibly need for him, so he could, you know, go on about his business. And of course, me personally, in my mind, I just think she was looking for something. She immediately was like, okay, we got to find something. And once she found it, that was it. Once she found it.
Once you start digging, because all they need is enough time to run, you know, they run your plates, they run your ID, and it's only a matter of they'll find you on, try to find out something, you know, even if there's no more, oh, you got a roach in your car. You know, that type of thing.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. But that fucking judge, man, I was like, yeah, you.
I'm not even going there with her. That's why I haven't said I'm not even going there.
Well, you know, the protesters have been protesting her house. That I must say.
Yeah.
Now the weather must be really bad up there. Because they were talking about the snow and whatever.
I think it has been. It has been.
We got to ask Melissa. Melissa, how the weather?
Right.
you close enough.
Right. She's definitely.
We done had one spring day. I don't know how long it's going to last, but damn if I think we're going to have a tornado the way that storm whipped up out here like it was springtime. Oh,
yeah. It's been really whipping around. To move on to one other story, because we got a few here. Black trans woman who spent 6 months in an Atlanta jail on false drug charges has been awarded $1.5 million. Now, she is a black trans woman. She was hanging out with a few of her friends, stopped by the police, and they accused her of having cocaine on her. They did
some sort of medicine. Is it a medicine ball or some kind of tension ball?
Yeah,
that's one of those ones you squeeze, right?
Squeeze, yeah.
Yeah, they cut it open.
They cut it open and said that there was drugs.
Said there was drugs in the tension ball.
Yeah, even though the tension ball tested negative. Again, waiting for that to sink in. The tension ball tested negative, yet and still they charged her with possession of
those
cocaine.
Things are factory sealed.
And then
common sense,
right.
Okay.
And then on top of that, they also brought in some charges of harassment. She was harassed by many of the officers during her time where she was getting booked and all that stuff. So they threw that in there, and she was awarded $1.5 million.
It wasn't enough. I believe I believe they put her in a men's prison.
Yeah, they put her.
I believe she was sexually assaulted while she was there.
Right.
So that money that wasn't enough. They should have added some.
Yeah, they should have added some more zero.
3.4.
Yeah, right. But again, this is still coming from not the people who's doing it, but from the community. So. Just a horrible thing, horrible situation altogether. There was another story, but I don't know where it went.
Yeah, but you hear nothing about that.
Yeah,
You actually had to dig for that one.
Yeah. I briefly heard something about it, but then it went away, so I didn't know what the outcome was. But
right, Patty, the tension balls are factory sealed.
Right.
Just stupid shit, and they get away with it. And here, this person has lost time.
Yeah, spent 6 months in jail, probably lost a job and all types of stuff due to this clownage, and nothing. What's going to be done to the police officer? Oh, you're going to send him someplace else so he can police someplace else and do the same shit? I mean, it's really ridiculous at this point. Really is ridiculous. Real quick, another update on the case. Remember the case of the young man who was a caregiver of some kind to an autistic South Florida, I want to say adult, because I think he was
he was an adult.
And
he was having a meltdown. And he was out in the middle of the street. Now, this is a grown man.
Right.
I would say maybe about 250.
Yeah.
Having a meltdown. But he has a toy truck in his hand.
Yeah. He has a toy truck in his hand. So the caregiver goes out to try and see if he can, calm him down and get him to relax. The police officers come, of course, shoots the caregiver. I believe killing him, if I remember.
No, he didn't kill him.
He didn't die?
He didn't die.
Oh, well.
Shot him in the shoulder, I believe.
Okay, because I know they had shot him. But the premise of the story, the cops...
But he identified who he was and what was going on.
He did.
So why is this cop shooting?
Because that's what they do. That is what they do. That's their MO. They shoot first, ask questions later, but it depends on who they feel like asking.
And you might get some burger and fries.
Yeah. So he was convicted originally. The police officer was convicted of manslaughter. He was convicted of manslaughter and capable negligence. However, the third District Court of Appeals has overturned that officer's conviction for shooting that caregiver.
So he did kill him?
Yeah, I thought he did kill him. I thought he did die.
No, I didn't think he died. Well, maybe he died then.
Episode. I could have sworn.
Because when you could find video, he was just still moving around. Maybe he died later on.
No, he shot him 3 times. Hitting his kidney. Once the Chinese.
Wow. Okay.
I could have sworn the man died. Yeah, they attempted manslaughter with a deadly weapon and one manslaughter count of capable negligence and injuries. And yeah,
That's
yeah, this
crazy.
man died. I thought he died. I was pretty like, no, I think he
Mm.
did. Yeah. So, but yeah, South Florida. You can always count on Florida to do some bullshit.
Every week, these motherfuckers.
Yo, you know what I thought to myself at this point on Florida? Stop going. Stop going. You know what? Florida banks on the tourism and the shit
Tourism.
and the popularity that they get from all this tourism that they feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want, and nobody's going to tell them any different. Like that's how much money they rake in to do bullshit. Like this whole new shit of the article I just read, which I am totally like, it's not an update, so I'm not even gonna get into it right now, but just over the can Florida, okay? Can all of Florida. I think that is the most ridiculous thing you could have ever done. You know, people always talk about, DL men, DL men. A lot of these politicians, I'm convinced, DL is a mofo. There's no way. No way. You so concerned about what other people are doing with their sexuality that it affronts your own manhood. It's ridiculous. Like, enough's enough already. You want to go poke somebody in the ass and want somebody to poke you in the ass, then so be it. But stop trying to infringe on other people and what they're.
Well, anyway, Patty Duke asked, was it manslaughter or attempted manslaughter?
It was. Oh, I just saw it too. Oh, I believe it was manslaughter. Oh, my thing won't move. Get to it. Oh, that's why I like doing it on my phone, because I could scroll.
Oh,
it just froze. I believe it was manslaughter, but I'll get back to it. Oh, here we go. 2 felony counts of attempted manslaughter with a deadly weapon and 1 manslaughter count on capable negligence. There we go. Yeah. Who is disabled and then it's going to be shot and going to kill 3 times, missing his kidney. No.
Yeah, because the guy that was having the episode, he was 27 years old.
Yeah. Let's see. He was released from probation after 4 months. He had to do 100 hours of community service, and he had written a 2,500-word essay about the importance of proper communication between officers.
Yeah, now that's what I thought was crazy.
On the scene. Like, are we... What?
Yes, attempted manslaughter with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
And 1 misdemeanor count.
Yeah, that is just crazy to me. I'm over it.
Yeah, Florida, man. I
Yeah.
don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all live down there. Those of you who live down in Florida, we're sorry. we're sorry.
I'm sorry for you. My God, today.
The Sunshine State. Y'all come with a lot of shit down there. That's because of probably all that goddamn sunshine. Y'all need to come up here and get some of this winter shit.
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
To keep you well balanced.
Yeah. Some interesting shit. Some migrants at the Mexican border have shown their mouths up shut in protest. Some Mexican immigrant service reports that an asylum application have reached new numbers since the United States has become more restrict on their access to the southern border. That these protesters have sewn their mouths shut.
Yeah, that was
with
crazy.
Needles and plastic.
You couldn't show that picture. You definitely get flagged for showing that one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Was definitely it's just crazy. Wow. So they did it on Tuesday with needles and plastic thread to protest the long-waited time for processing their asylum claims. Mexico has become overwhelmed by the new numbers of immigrants since the U.S. cracked down on immigration.
I
That's
wouldn't be sewing any holes up.
No,
To get into the United States. I'm sorry.
You got that. I am not. Nope. Nope. Now some people do need their booty holes sewed up, but no thank you. No thank you. That's just.
I just use a cork.
Just shut up. Enough. Just duct tape your mouth. I don't know what to do. Like I wouldn't. That's a lot. That's a lot of dedication.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot.
And there were several men that had sewn their lips together.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was very crazy. I hope they I hope their applications get run through before they try to do anything else or solve anything else. Yeah.
Think about that the next time you go to DMV. You got to wait in them long ass lines. I'm going to sew my lips shut.
Right. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. There was another one in here somewhere that I'm missing. I know I am. Oh, yeah. Here we go back to Florida. Florida. I don't know if I did this one already. Did I do this one last week?
What's that?
Like Florida Senator Siobhan Jones fighting on the restrictions with the vote by mail campaign.
Is that the one that he walked out?
Yeah. They're trying to do a blackout program, which would help Black and brown voters to obtain mail-in ballots and the fight over the new voting suppression legislation and laws. Florida.
No, but there was another story that mentioned him. I don't think it was the same story.
Oh, okay. Florida's only Black legislator, Siobhan Jones, has rolled out a campaign, Operation Blackout, to help voters of color. I hate when they use that. Just Black and voters of color.
Well, they are making the difference.
Right. Yeah, that is true. As Florida places a tighter restriction on voting, Jones is demanding to find a way and determined to find a way for Black and brown voters to cast their ballots. So it's called Operation Blackout. The goal is to get 40,000 voters in rural areas to vote by mail this year. What do you think about that? I mean, that's possible.
You better do it early. As slow as the mail.
Right. As a matter of fact, has Louis the Joyce been removed yet?
No, they have to remove him, and they have to remove a Trump sympathizer who was actually a Democrat. They have to remove him too, but they had to put 2 other people in because they have to be voted out. The president can't get rid of them.
They can't get rid of him, yeah.
But he's fucking up big time, though, I tell you.
But he fucked it up. He sure and continues to fuck it up. Speaking of fucking it up, that whole Ukraine bullshit.
We got our own problems. I ain't worried about the Ukraine. They all right.
Right. This is better. Right.
They got millions of dollars. We ain't get shit yet.
Right.
Okay. We all right. I mean, they're all right.
They are. I mean, really, Putin is just doing this to flatter his own ego.
Well, what it is he wants to
recreate
reunify several countries that left when the Soviet Union collapsed, and that he wants that to be his legacy, that he reunified with these countries, pulling them back into the fold, and that's all it is.
Yeah, that's
it. We got our own shit. I'm sorry that they over there bombing,
and then the words
bombing and all that stuff. We got our own shit. They trying to stop us from voting and shit.
Yeah, trying to stop us from living, let alone voting.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
So yeah,
can't get no abortion.
That's my thoughts on that.
Can't get no liquor.
You can't walk around nowhere.
Can't walk around. Can't ride.
You can't go run.
Can't go running.
You can't go running. You can't be in anybody's neighborhood. You can't be a FedEx worker and do delivery.
Yeah.
You can't do. It's a lot of you can't over here that I'm not too concerned about what Ukraine can do.
Yeah. Now you know what? They got all them neighbors over there. They got
That's
all those
it.
other countries over there
That's
that they
it.
can
Get it
they
together.
can they can
They
sit
better
there with that
figure it
shit.
out. They need to
And then what do they want to do? They want to send our troops over there.
Right.
Okay. People that didn't bargain for that shit. They just got out of goddamn Afghanistan after 5,000
Barely.
years.
Barely.
You know.
Okay. How many lives did that take? And then Putin is also doing this to play with people's emotions that Trump is stronger than Biden.
Well, no, that was probably the deal that they made.
Yeah, but I know.
When they were whispering and shit and they didn't take notes when they had that one-on-one meeting, which is against protocol, period.
Right, a lot of one-on-one meetings, and also when he was eating up paper and flushing it down the toilet and all that dumb shit. I'm sure a lot of deals were made where Putin was allowed to run rampant.
Because see, it's a good scheme to make Biden look worse than what he already is. You know, and then they can say, well, you know, he didn't do that. Him and Putin were him and Putin. No, Putin and Trump, you know, they were on good accords or whatever. Right. He would have never had made that move. No, right. This is a strategic move to do so, just to make him look bad, to drive his numbers on, you know, further down under than what they already are.
Right.
So,
yeah. Oh well. Anyway, back to U.S. news. In an update, there's a retard alert.
Retard alert.
So the McMichaels and Brody, what is his name? Roddy Bryant, whatever his name.
Roddy Bryant.
Yeah. So this was very interesting because the federal court case has ended. But what was so interesting about this case compared to the original first case by the state was that all of the underlining, can't talk about it, the racist stuff that was rumored to have said between all three men were exposed during this trial, because the trial was based on if they violated Ahmaud Arbery's civil rights, which of course they did. But the evidence proved that not only were the McMichaels racist shitbags, but also the man who saved the day by sending out the video, and because he knew something went wrong, he was just as white trash as the rest of them. So, which some people believed that he threw out he sent the tape in to kind of give him a better chance or a nicer plea. Seems to be true that he didn't really give a shit about what they
no, because his daughter was dating a black guy.
Dating a black guy, and he hated it. So
he was probably a hotep went on down there.
Down there to fuck shit up. But right, are we surprised? Here we go. No. But yeah, so the three of these ex-Klansmen, really had a lot of colorful language for people, for black people and people of color.
I believe it was the father's phone was the only one that they couldn't get into because it was encrypted. So you know that if the FBI can't get into an encrypted phone, you have to see what make and model if it was Apple or Android. So y'all people that out here creeping and sneaking around,
get yourself whatever phone you got.
Get yourself in some encryption so that they can't get your shit.
Well, then personally, he had to be doing some shit. Have you seen his wife and the boys?
No, I haven't seen her.
Oh my! Oh, they look like brother. They look like brother and brother. Just like she got a mushroom haircut. Damn. I'm just like,
well, they might be cousins.
Oh, like, but anyway. So they have been found guilty of violating his civil rights. Sentencing will come soon. Now the question is, what kind of sentence will they get? They've already got a life sentence without the possibility of parole for the father and son douchebags. However, the savior, Mr. Bryant, was able to get parole. after a few years.
So many years, a whole
So
lot of
many
years. Well, he'll probably be dead.
At least like 30. Yeah, at least like 30 years before he can get parole. But now that this has come to light, I wonder if he's still going to get that same.
What I want to know is, because they were trying to get into federal prison because it's a little bit more lenient and cushy. Right. If this takes all of that off the table.
Yeah. Well, to me, after all this came out, I thought to myself that maybe they gave them the deal, like they presented the deal to be like, we got so much shit on y'all might want to just take this deal. And when they refused, or when the judge was like, no, we're not gonna let them take it, I guess, thinking the judge was like, well, no, we're not giving them no outs. They're gonna ride it through. All the evidence is gonna be presented, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't know about that, but yeah.
But the sad part is for them to go behind the family's back and offer them a plea deal.
Yeah.
I would have went fucking ballistic in there.
That part was really crazy.
And by the time I got to finish airing all those motherfuckers, all those federal motherfuckers out. That
was very I was surprised by that. Like,
I wasn't.
Really?
I have no faith in the United States. I you know what? I tell you no lies. I don't have any faith for it. Yeah. And the when you get to my age, and as you've seen all the stuff that has transpired,
right?
It's like, no, I never underestimate them.
Yeah, that part is true. That part is true. Never underestimate them, and never think that it's always like, oh, we see you, we got you, like, we're in this together, because they're not. They're not at all.
Yeah, Patty, serve that time consecutively. You won't be in no breaks in between.
Right.
You won't get no vacation. You on it, bitch.
That's it. So yeah, the interesting part for me, I just want to know what the federal charges are going to be for all three men. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this justice. This justice system, man.
It is so broken.
It is.
It's in everything. Systemic racism is in
everything.
And the more you see it, the more you wake up and become more alert to actually see how it has just entwined into everything that you do.
How long it's been. It was like a brief moment where it was like, oh, we can be right in the midst of Reconstruction, where it was like, okay, now we can kind of see something for ourselves. And immediately they pounced on locking that up, just so, they wouldn't lose whatever little bit of power they had. You know what I'm saying? So they maneuvered to squash any kind of progress.
This is why they don't want you to be woke.
Right.
This is why they get upset. This is why they do the whole propaganda. You start to wake up and you take the scales from your eyes, and you can actually see how ingrained everything, that this shit is just in everything.
It is in so much of everything that there's no way we can ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man!
I know, Patty. Look, I know you see it.
Yeah,
that's like when Obama got in the office,
right?
And everybody was all happy and jumping around. And I'm like, you're looking at the wrong thing. You need to be looking at these white people. They're awfully quiet.
They're awfully quiet and mad and pissed as shit.
And they were brooding, and you can see them. They're getting rosacea, the faces, cheeks turning all red and everything, and they were getting upset.
They were disgusted. They were disgusted.
Like I said, the longer you live, you'll find that out. The longer you live, the more you'll see.
And at this point, they'll burn the shit down. And they've always been that way. Again, 1619 Project. Read the book.
Read the book.
Audio. I don't care what you do, but you have to read that book. If it don't bring nothing else to you, it would help you see that this chain of racism and this white tears and white fear is nothing new. This is
this is why they want that book banned, and they want a whole lot of other ones banned.
That's where it first starts. Period. That's what they do. Their knowledge, they'll strip you of knowledge. The same reason why slaves could not read or write is because that is power, that is knowledge, that's progression. So of course they're not going to allow you to read certain books. They're going to ban them from schools and ban them from libraries because they're too they make people angry and think about race and all this other kind of stuff. And you don't think those other books that praise white people as being the founders of this country, let alone being enslaved captors of people, of human beings.
You know what the crazy part is? The whitewashing of history that has gone. It has always been since they've been here.
Yeah,
I mean, just to look at the stuff that they've covered up. So it's ingrained. It's in their DNA.
Yeah,
that's one of their tactics.
Yeah,
you know, it's in their DNA. I mean, just so much stuff that they have whitewashed. And we're talking about back in colonial times.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
It's just really crazy.
I mean, look at Napoleon shooting off the nose of the Sphinx, and nobody's ever put it back on. Why?
Well, no, it's because everybody was gone. You don't have the same people.
No, but I mean, nobody's
that company ain't in business no more.
But somebody could be like, you know what? I'm gonna put it back on. You know, like nobody puts it back on. Why? Why would you not put it back on?
Because they probably didn't even know. They probably didn't know.
It's just ridiculous.
And now it's just so old, they're probably afraid to touch it.
Yeah,
the whole thing. They do more.
The whole thing come down, right? Yeah, I get you.
But I'm sorry, that company is no longer in business. They don't.
Right.
No hundreds of billions of years. I know they'd be mad as shit though.
Let's see. I think was that it. I think that's all I had grabbed. I'm not sure if there was something else that we talked about real quick. Was there anything else? Slave.
Oh, did you do the black drivers with good reaction?
Oh yeah. So black drivers. Well, I gotta remember that.
Hey, Auntie Donna, how you doing? Who you saying?
Hey, Auntie Donna. So black drivers with good driving records and driving history have been charged more for car insurance. Again, here we go. Not surprised.
More than your white counterparts.
More than your white counterparts with horrible driving records.
That you are charged more.
That you are charged more because of your skin color. I guess what they think, we drive fast and drive fast cars, and so we deserve to have.
I've been told I drive like a little old woman. So.
Oh. Move out the way, damn it.
No, I cruise. I cruise.
You do diamond in the back, sunroof top. That's how you be.
That's right, boy. That's right. I ain't got to worry about potholes. My shit got
right. Whole thing just be rocking.
Rocking around.
Like, you going downtown? Don't go down that street. You know that street full of potholes. Not in my baby.
Not my baby boy.
Oh no, but yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, the more we find out that all this stuff is in a lot of things, it makes me really just be like, what insurance? Who needs insurance? Because I'm pretty sure soon we'll find out that we get charged more health insurance too than white counterparts.
Oh yeah,
even
and not get reap the benefits.
Right, even with healthier diets and all this other kind of stuff. So yeah, that part is crazy. So check out and definitely investigate your policies and look for the best possible insurance coverage that suits your needs. But beware that they are out here charging you more money for your melanated skin than those others.
Even if you have good driving record.
Even if you have a great driving record. Even if you got that bullshit that's plugged up underneath your
oh yeah, I did that.
So it can track your shit. They're still charging you more money. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. What else we got? I think that was it on that.
The American newspaper.
American newspaper. American newspaper. I know that was because there was a few that I couldn't get up here. It's so full of stuff. American newspaper has just come clean. Here we go with another drum roll surprise. They have been.
Everybody feels the need to confess.
Yes, to confess.
Have you noticed that?
Putting out stories that have defamed Black people and have added to the propaganda and to the.
Well, it's media. We're seeing it now.
Yeah, to the stereotypes of Black people, and they wanted to apologize. Boo woo.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty much.
I didn't know what to say. I mean, I read it and was like, okay, I'm not surprised. They've been doing this again.
Yeah.
You can read the 1619 Project, and they talk about ads that were put out that defamed Black women, that said Black women were not virtuous, they were savages, yet they suited your need sexually. So they made them out to be very sexual, even that they didn't have any kind of virtual to them. So even if you raped them, it wouldn't matter. It's just so eye-opening.
And that was the paper here, the Baltimore Sun.
Right.
Baltimore Sun. The only newspaper left is struggling.
Right. Right. So I guess they come clean.
I remember old folk saying they didn't believe nothing in there. They just get the Baltimore Sun for the coupons. They would go and read the Afro, even though a lot of spelling errors and shit like that. But they never believed the Baltimore Sun anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it to be a bit it's overwhelming at times.
And like I said, come with an apology after 185 years.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. But you told them already. You know what I'm saying? You've cemented them. So to come back and say, oh, that's like when people, even on YouTube, they say something and then they try to come back later and recant it and say, oh no, that was just. But you've said it. You know what I'm saying? You've already said it. You cemented it in someone's brain somewhere, even if it was a lie. You still cemented it somewhere. So you think you're gonna be able to just wipe it away? Like,
words mean things, even in print. Words mean things.
They do, and they carry weight. They start to create a narrative, as people say, about what other people think about others. So you're responsible for that. You hold yourself responsible. You've done it. Just one moment. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Yeah, and another one is Tim Scott. He's hinting that he wants to be the running mate with Donald Trump. Coonery and buffoonery at its best, I tell you, man. He is really showing his ass. And Patty Duke, he's our age. Oh, God. Yes. Tim Scott of South Carolina has indicated his willingness to be Donald Trump's running mate. I guess that means Pence is out. I tell you, man, these kinfolk, they are very disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
Hey. Now, if you think that they were talking about hanging Mike Pence,
oh yeah, they'd have dangled his ass.
They'd have got him. Okay, they'd have made sure they got him.
When I see him, I just see coonery just all over. He's just he's just the white man's nigga.
Yeah, I just see Uncle Ben's rice. I like the rice, but I like Uncle Ben's rice, but I just feel like that kind of character.
But I don't see Uncle Ben being a coon.
I see.
I see Uncle Ben pissing in the rice.
You know what?
For flavor.
I see. You know what? I take that back. I see. What was Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django? That kind of. I see that. Like, oh, master, no. It's ridiculous. Like, I really just you are the only Black Republican in the Senate.
That should say volumes there. Huge.
And the fact that you're really gonna sit here and talk about something.
Be Trump's ninja.
Right. Oh. That you were gonna sit here and say, well, I'm trying to just win, my state. But if it is presented to me, I'll take it. Like, how of a bootlicker ass kisser do you have to be?
No, every time I see him, and I always think about when he stands up there and says, America is not racist. It's like, nigga, sit down. You're brainwashed.
Shut up. Like, shut up.
Sit down.
There's no way you could really sit there and say that with all the shit going on. Like, shut the fuck up.
But I'm surprised his own people don't run up to him and say, nigga, please. Just
right.
Because I didn't think he was going to run.
I'm sure he don't live nowhere where he sees any of us, and he don't be around any of us, because I'm sure on a daily basis somebody that looks like us tells him, nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
I'd like to catch his ass through the airport.
Really?
Oh, I'd fry his ass up real good. It
makes me want to just sit in Reagan National and just be like this, like, oh, where is he? You.
And you know, I'm sure there's people that do that too.
Yeah,
come on, let's go on down there and see who we can harass today.
They surely do. They surely do. That's how they be catching old lady Graham all the time, trying to sneak on out or sneak in.
You know what, Patty? It wouldn't do him any good because he wouldn't believe it.
No, he don't believe it. He don't believe it, or he believes like the rest of them when they go, "Oh, we've made so many great strides." Where? One or two? Yeah, I see the slight bit of, you know, progression we've made in certain aspects, but then, you know, you still got people getting lynched that have not been solved. You still have all these things still happening. So then where are we gaining? Where are we gaining? Financial systems, we still on the back end of that, while other groups of color, okay, are getting benefits in the financial realm and other places. We are not. And in order to seem inclusive, they always throw this people of color and throw whatever they're giving them.
You know what happens too? They piggyback off of our movement.
Right.
Whenever we go for whatever, you know, whatever thing that happens to be going on at the time, some new legislation or something like that, and they'll piggyback and they'll get it.
Yeah, they'll get it instantly.
Before we do. Hey AR, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
What's going on, sir? Yeah, I'm thinking that there was something else that I wanted to talk about on that. I lost my train of thought.
Coonery and buffoonery. That's all.
Yes, that's all it is. Coonery and buffoonery.
Lynch.
There was a lot.
Did you want to do Florida again? But we can fry Florida up some.
Oh yeah, the last thing I'm gonna say about Florida, Ron DeSantis, all of Florida, please drop
dead.
Drop dead. So the new legislation is that they are going to pass legislation that school authorities will have to tell the parents of students
6 weeks.
They give them a time of 6 weeks to tell the parents that their child may be, in fact, part of the community, LGBTQ, gay.
The children, man, be one of the children.
Right, but this is what I'm saying with this. At one point you say protect the children, then at another point now it's, oh, if they happen to be gay, we don't give a fuck about the children. Make up your mind. Either you care about the children because they're children, or you don't give a shit about the children. They don't give a
shit.
This is what I'm saying about when you throw children out there and you prop them up to be like, oh, save the children, save the children. You know how many lives you are putting at risk by doing that? You know how many first of all, the homeless rate amongst young LGBTQ ABC men and women ridiculously high.
And now you're taking away a safe haven.
And now you could be taking away a safe haven for a student. You're putting them in peril because Lord knows what their home environment could look like.
Could be.
And the fact that then demand that the school or the school official exposes that child is ridiculous. Like, what the hell are y'all thinking? Like some of these people need to be, and this is the problem. Some of these mofos need to be exposed. Maybe they'll start changing their mindset and shut the fuck up. We need to start exposing these. So when they get phone calls from people and, you know, dates and all this other kind of stuff on these decrypted apps and shit, some people need to start exposing their asses. So maybe that'll shut them up. But to do this to children is ridiculous. But then on the other hand, we'll sit here and say, oh, this is being disruptive to children. This is damaging children. This is damaging children. You don't think this is damaging to children? Some of these children don't even know if that's really where they want to be right now. They could be experimenting or whatever the case may be.
But then you don't give them the space to experiment. How do you ever? And see, that's what's wrong with a lot of these people now. They should have been out here experimenting while they were younger. Now they got whole families and shit.
And wanting to experiment, but then trying to
up in the
else's freedom.
Or up in the pulpit.
Yep.
Okay. And they're afraid to be themselves.
I mean, just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. I'm so over.
Yeah, when I heard that, when I was like done, I was like,
yeah, you know,
ridiculous. It's like, where do children have to go? If you can't confide in a teacher or a counselor, that's why you have counselors.
Counselors, right? And teachers are, some people, you know, some students grow that kind of relationship with their teacher where they would tell their teacher if they're comfortable or whatever, and they may not be comfortable telling their parent. But for you to really,
what do you think?
That.
How long do you think it'll be until they'll start removing teachers? LGBT and whatever, start removing teachers, saying that you're influencing the children. I see that coming.
I see that coming. If they let this go right after this, it'll be all inclusive. And
like I said, and we've seen it before. It started with books, and they worked their way down. It started with black people, then of course they're gonna go after the children, man.
Again, I don't get it. You cry and boo-hoo about this being affected the children, this being affected the children. Our children is being you're doing the same damn thing by forcing things upon children who are children. You forcing these ideas on children, and sometimes a lot of these children don't even know what's what. They just know love is love or whatever it is. They have no concept.
You listen to them.
Right. They have no concept.
They can't get it from home.
Right. Of the adult part of all this stuff that you're concerning yourself about, because all your twisted, horny toads thinking about is sex. Everything is sex. But yet there's more sex on TV than anything, whether it's whatever sex.
Oh, actually, there's more sex in your church. What's going on?
It's ridiculous. Florida.
What's in that holy water? I don't know.
All I would say to Florida is there's beaches everywhere. There's the United Virgin Islands you could go to if you don't have a passport. They have beaches. There's a lot of beaches that you could go to.
But you don't have to go to Florida.
Stay in Florida. Let's just start showing them in one way or another that we're not going to take their shit. And that's for a lot of things. Let's find something else to do, some other place to go, something. I don't know, because I think what's starting to happen is the people taking this, that they get money from our vacation, from our dollars, that they can kind of do what they want, and you're still going to come because you like their state or you like what they provide, so you're still going to promote it or support it. At this point, enough's enough. Enough.
Yeah, one thing too is we all know of young folk who's out here in the life, and knowing, especially down in Florida, because I see this going, especially with the red states, with the red states, to be more aware and be open-minded and educate yourself so that you can assist them, because they're not going to have that resource soon.
They're wiping that resource.
You can't. They're wiping it away. It's it's real fucked up, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're having people wearing like the Star of David on their clothes. Like it's really about.
It's just really fucked up.
It's really about to be crazy.
I mean, to be a kid and trying to figure out life is hard enough, and then to know that maybe in your household you may not be welcome because of the things that you hear.
Right. And then your teacher.
And then your teacher, who you thought you could talk to, and you happen to trip up and say something, not thinking, and not be. Well, how many kids are actually going to be aware of what's going on?
Not many.
And not many, if any. Now, if they have a good teacher, they would tell their teacher,
right.
Their teacher will tell them, you have to be kind of selective in what you can say to me,
right?
Because this could happen. I'm not going to do it. If I don't say anything and you don't say anything, we could have a conversation.
Yeah. But then you start to think, will stuff start being recorded? Will recording things?
Oh, well, yeah, they're probably doing that shit now.
Yeah.
They're probably doing that shit now. Or it's going to take one person it's going to be like a witch hunt. A literal witch hunt. You're going to have some kids saying, Mr. So-and-so was talking to so-and-so about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the accusation, you're going to end up having that kind of thing. But as adults, and especially adults down in Florida, that, be more open-minded, educate yourself of what's going on. If you don't understand it, you really need to start to understand it now, because this will affect your children. You think suicide rate
is high?
It's high now. Shit, your mind is changing, your body's changing at that age. Hormones is raging.
This is going to be so.
You're right, McCarthy era.
Problematic.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be so problematic. Right. It really. I
was like, God damn, you're gonna out fucking kids.
Kids.
We all know of some kid that we knew what they were about way back whenever.
Like,
and you need to, you just need to keep your eye on them, because some people prey on them. You really have to be careful about that, because people prey on them. That's how you get these men fucking around with these young boys,
right?
Especially in the church. So just educate yourself. Let them know that there is a safe place. Tell them, like I always tell them, don't say anything until you can afford to move out your house.
Right.
Don't say nothing. If you think it's going to be an issue, don't say anything.
Right. But I just feel so bad, because I just feel it to be so problematic for so.
Like I said, life is hard enough, and these kids are offing themselves. And then you get all this feedback and stuff that you hear, and it's like, oh my God, they're just closing in on me.
Right.
It's really bad. Fuck you, Florida.
Definitely deserves a big one. I think that was it on that.
That's it. You did that. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh.
Because I need a laugh.
How did I forget about good old Kyle?
Wait a minute, let me freshen my drink. Go ahead.
Speaking of white tears, Kyle Rittenhouse wants to sue everybody who was talking about him. He's even coming after Whoopi Goldberg.
When I saw that one, right? When I saw that one, he said he would come after Whoopi because she called him murderer. Well, you are a fucking murderer.
Well, he is a murderer. What is he not? That doesn't, just because he was acquitted of what he did, it doesn't make him any less of a murderer. They just didn't find him. I won't even say found him guilty. They found him guilty. They just didn't want to charge his young white promising behind with murder. But he did murder two people and injured a third. He murdered two people and injured a third. So nothing changed. He is still a murderer. But again, it just reminded me of what I said last week about Zimmerman trying to sue Trayvon Martin's parents for defamation. Of what? You killed their son. Again, just because you got away with it.
I'm just surprised that Trayvon's father hasn't walked up to him and bludgeoned his ass to death.
I'm sure every day or every birthday he wants to, but
let's do a GoFundMe. See if we can't hire a hitman.
I
don't want it. I don't want it clean. I want him to be able to suffer.
I'm surprised nobody's done that. as much as he's been around. Yeah, his parents are gonna lose a lot of money. Yeah, they may. I mean, right now he's the golden child, so they parading him around like the best thing since sliced bread. Like he's such the
Yeah,
patriot.
and as elections start to heat up,
They're gonna
they're
keep
gonna be pimping his
swinging him
ass
around.
out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I hope
And
his
that-
booty hole is well lubed because they're gonna be running up there. They're gonna make him work for them getting him out of there and getting him that job up there
Oh
at
yeah.
the Senate.
But that's the thing that they do for them. It's like for them to commit crimes, it's a sign of patriotism. For us to
Oh yeah,
do that in
Mhm.
protest, it is the total opposite. It's fighting against, the machine, fighting against the nation. It's like, I don't understand. They're doing the same exact thing. This man has killed 2 people, injured a third, and nothing has happened. Nothing at all. Even the judge was gleeful that he did not, get convicted. I mean, come on. The judge, get out of here. Speaking of judges, real quick, I did see a story about a judge. I don't know how old it was, but it was on YouTube, I think. And she was basically they were passing notes about the cases.
Oh yeah, and doing memes and things
Yes,
like
and
that.
doing memes and stuff. I was like, what kind of shit is this? And then she immediately, before the story broke, when she knew or got
Resigned,
wind
right?
that they were about
Retired or
to,
whatever.
she left the bench and went to the district attorney's office.
Oh, is that where she went?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like assistant district attorney, and I'm just like,
Get
what
the fuck
hell?
out of here! They
hell
still
you
should
do
try
that?
her ass on that shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how the hell you do that? How the hell you find yourself in misconduct as a judge and you're able to jump ship before the shit hits the fan and go to the DA's office? I'm just like, what the hell? What in the 2022? I know, but but
Hey,
it's definitely crazy. They've been talking all types of shit.
Yeah.
But that was definitely crazy. But anyway,
what about the black teenager in Jersey?
Oh, yeah, I was looking for the video clip. But anyway, the black teenager in Jersey, I saw it. A black teenager in Jersey got into an altercation with a white teenager. Two teenagers really just going at it. The white teenager pushed the black teenager. Black teenager was like, all right, cool, it's on and popping. And they go at it. The security guards come into the thing and immediately grab the black teenager, have him to the ground, and put him in handcuffs while they sit the white teenager down.
If that wasn't showing white privilege, when he was sitting there, and you could just see it. The guy was the young boy was just sitting there
smirking, and let him watch them like rough handle this young man and handcuff him, and he just sitting there looking like it's nothing. I just was like, yo, haven't you heard enough? Haven't you seen enough? I mean, knee all on the kid's back and everything. Haven't we seen enough of this? Of like the George Floyd? It was just like, and then the next story is going to be
on in the background.
There's no training, huh?
Did you listen to what was going on in the background
with the kids saying this is racist and this is fucked up and all that?
Well, no, it's just they were saying a lot of nigga, but yeah, but I hope this gives the young black kid a wake up call, because those motherfuckers left him instead of running to his aid. Letting him know that, hey, that the other kid was a bully,
right?
Okay, and he just needs to evaluate. That's why your friend circle gets smaller as you get older,
right?
Because even when they're teenagers, they fuck boys and girls.
Yeah. I mean, I did, I heard a lot of the girl that was recording it, one of the white girls that were recording it, like, oh, this is racist and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it's like whatever, but nobody really stepped in to say anything.
No, they kept moving. All they had to do was yell out everything.
Yeah, that's it. Right. But it was just ridiculous. But to me, again, not surprised. I really just hope that young man gets some kind of justice. I really don't want to hear nothing about we don't have enough training or adequate training, or we're going to change the training.
No, they went straight for him.
Right. They didn't ask no questions. They didn't at all. She went over to the white boy, sat him down, and immediately continue to help the other officer or the other security guard basically subdue the young black teenager. Just absolutely ridiculous. This absolutely over the top. No need for it. But of course, you know, with them folks, everything is everything. So I don't know.
And black farmers.
Oh yeah. So black farmers. Oh, let me see. I read that one a while ago, so I gotta do a refresh.
Well, the black shit's gonna get higher at the grocery store,
right? Because a lot of the black farmers, due to everything, due to this,
during the COVID,
they were, thing that shall not be named.
Oh.
They lost a lot of. They lost a lot of business due to Trump sling around his shrimpness, trying to, I guess, strong arm the Chinese with the soy.
Yeah, with the tariffs and everything.
With the tariffs and the soybeans, they lost a lot of business.
Which hurt everybody in the farming market.
And not to mention that black farmers in general, they're not that many at all.
Not that many. And they were hit hardest because they're not privy to a lot of the open
loan
markets.
And or the loan.
So what happened was they were supposed to get $4 billion in relief. Well, all the white farmers said this is racist, and this shit has been held up in court. When they were talking about this way back in the beginning of the pandemic, they were supposed to receive funds then. So they went ahead. A lot of them went ahead and started buying new equipment.
Right.
You know, because that's what they do. That's in their cycle.
And never received their money.
And never received any money. So they have debt piled on top of debt,
But the white folks has received their money twice.
But the white farmers have received their money. Remember, they cried racist. It's racism. So it's held up in the court systems. I don't know how farmers do it anyway. I mean, it'd be. I always thought that maybe that was just the old way of farming. You spend your money, you buy your seed or your cattle, you raise your cattle, you sell them off or whatever, and then you start the cycle again. But I always figured they breed their own stuff, that they were almost kind of self-sufficient, self-contained.
Yeah, but I guess as you know, things got harder, and then a lot of the corporations started coming in and buying up land. It got
that, and then genetically engineering the wheat and things that you can't get seed. They produce. Why would you produce seed? Wheat that does not produce seed,
right?
And you always have to buy the seed from the company. And it actually has a patent. And if you sell this seed to someone else, you breach the patent. Breach your contract agreement with them. Yeah. It's crazy. They fucked up everything. Anything you make money off. Well, when you can make money off of ass and pussy, you can make money off of anything.
Well, I mean, one, you got to have some good stuff to really make some money. I mean, apparently,
it ain't got to be good. You just dress it up, make it look nice.
No, I say you got to have some good stuff. I didn't say you had to be good. I said it got to be something. It can't just be all willy-nilly. If that was the case, a lot of people would be rich and they wouldn't be in the predicaments that they're in today.
Well, no, and as long as you always have that customer that pays you to leave afterwards, you always have a rotating business.
You have a customer that pays, period, on a continuous basis. I guess it would work. Just crazy. It's crazy. But of course, this week we have a few things. Real quick, there is all right. So we got When Mayo Goes Wild, because of course there's this quick snippet, and of course anybody who's not following this man, please do. He's awesome. But I wanted to share with you this beautiful clip. This is coming from the TYT of course, the black man using the N-word. And I'm just going to show you a quick clip of this whole interaction, which I thought was absolutely heavenly. It made my ancestors from the inside smile with great joy. Here you go.
Let's go outside. It's black. This is black.
Yes, yes, and again, and again. When I wanna. There you go, and again, and again. Oh yeah. Ooh. Good guy. And he picks up the hat, flips it, and puts it back on.
Put that back on. I love that part.
That was the great justice. I don't know what was.
Has your mother ever slapped you so hard you almost thought you were in the time warp? That's what it sounded like.
Right. I felt a great spirit when that happened.
Yes, it does my little black heart. Oh,
great
such joy.
joy.
I'm all warm now. Oh.
Great joy.
Wow, but he was just slapping the shit out. He just slapping and slapping and slapping and re-slapping and
slapping and slapping and re-slapping. Oh, yes, it was just so great. I was just like, yes, there was no punches involved. He just slapped the living mess out of him. And
it was when I looked at the clip, I was like, oh, it was a kid's party going on. Right, getting ready to go on.
Right. And for those of you who didn't know what he said, the N-word. And once he said it, that was it. That's all he needed to hear. He said,
"We're not going to hire that clown anymore."
Right. Oh man.
No more. We are not going to hire that clown anymore.
Absolutely not. But
and each one landed right on his head.
That's it. One of those, straight on the head and face. Just pop, pop, pop. Like, say something else. Say something else so I give you something to cry about.
He didn't have to run him down or nothing. No. He walked like Fred Sanford. You see, when he put that hat back on, you know, you had that kind of, you kind of had to rock into it. That big dummy. Yep.
You big dummy.
And that hat, he flipped that hat. It was like,
right.
Like a Western.
Crazy. It was so.
Yes, he did. He slapped the shard out of him.
So good. He did.
And he was.
What an idiot. You big dummy.
Right. And I'm sure he was thinking that at the time.
Yes.
Oh, man, he was just slapping them and stunning them. Mm-hmm. He was falling back. Sheesh.
Poor mayonnaise. Poor mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I would have liked to seen that when remember the Karen that was screaming and hollering in Victoria's Secret.
Yes, yes. Now that's
I would have loved to see that happen to her there.
She was doing the most, like slap out of it. It felt like Airplane. Remember the scene in Airplane when everybody was alive, ready to smack the shit out like I want some. Yeah, that brought me great joy. And no, I don't condone violence, but I just think enough's enough. Enough's enough.
I do.
And the only way
it does it so good.
And the only way these people are gonna learn is sometimes you got to meet them with their own.
But make sure you access.
Yes,
assess what's going on before you decide.
Yeah, access the room. Right, access the room.
Read your surroundings.
Right.
Don't just be hauling off and smacking crackers.
Right. Don't be smacking just random crackers.
Yeah.
Make sure that they are deserving.
That they are deserving, yes.
Of that.
Because we do have some good white people.
Yes, we do. We do.
But we're talking about the ones that ain't so. Gets the whipping.
Yeah, we're talking about them extra salty ones. Okay?
Yeah.
The extra salty ones.
Bad for your pressure.
Sometimes they just want to make you release some. On them.
And you know, when you get that Holy Spirit, and when the ancestors say, you know,
enough.
Yes, we do. I do condone. Yeah. I do condone violence because I think that if we were a little bit more violent, we wouldn't have the issues that we have now.
Yeah, No, that is true. True.
We can't kumbaya and we shall overcome it and all the rest of that.
Right. Yeah, we could do that later.
Much later.
When you're real. After you really
figure it out.
man. Yeah, after you really got man. All right. So this last little bit, it's not much, but we can do with the
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
all right. So
Well, who said it? Who said
who
what?
said that? I don't know. All I know is just I was just going back and viewing some things. So it looks like QB of the Midwest is leaving or does not want to hear of anything or anyone regarding the beef sector, that he is moving on, or his platform is gearing far away from beef.
Was he changing his content?
Yes. And I say good for him. You know, I mean, sometimes it takes something or a situation, whatever it is, to kind of change. But yeah, I wish him all the best in whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know the details of what happened or who, what, I don't know. But eventually, I guess somebody will say something, or
You'll find out eventually.
right, something was said or something. But you know, I don't know. I mean, it was a lot to kind of pick on, just like, you know, I'm my own self and, you know, this is what I'm moving forward. It was not no mention of any kind of collaboration as before. So one can only assume that thoughts of others have changed quite a bit. Very thankful for the time, but I guess maybe the time has ended. And I don't know, but it was
Good for him.
yeah, but good for him.
You know, it's a very volatile area.
Yeah, it is.
You can only do this.
Right, and some people are not an everydayer like myself. I'm not about this every day, like this go back and forth, or you said something, I'm gonna say something back, you said something, I'm gonna say something back. Like, no, once I said what I need to say, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. Hey, Pastor Nate, how you doing, sir?
Extra going back and forth is ridiculous to me. It was going on, Pastor Nate. How are
because
you?
If you're not going back and forth for one person, then another one. You know, as soon as you think the dust has settled for one,
then somebody else gonna come along trying to get some brownie points off of the dust that had settled and think that they're gonna try and now, you know, get beef with you, and it's just like, come on, please.
Yeah, but not only that, when things get quiet, like they've been relatively quiet,
right?
People just start picking.
Yeah, you know, for no reason. Yeah, that's like, you just start going like, okay, where'd that come from? What was that about? Who said that? Why now is this being even brought up? So good for him. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you're right. They do have to step into their own. Yeah. You'll still be in the area, but you know,
I mean, you will, because you're still subscribed to a lot of people, you know, and that's unfortunately how this thing works sometimes, that it would still kind of link you in because of the people you're subscribed to. But good for him. I mean, we all should try to do other stuff outside of the stuff that a lot of us do. You know, and occasionally, you know, somebody calls you corporate. If you feel like you need to respond, it's your choice to respond or not to respond. But there's more power in not responding to everything somebody says than it is to respond.
Because you always have people out there looking for content.
That's it.
And if they can make you content,
that's it.
Some clicks and some views.
Clicks and some views, especially when it's a short month and they got to hurry up and make
well, see, that's what it was probably too violent, because it was such a short month. People try to get them.
Try to get in real quick. Make that quota, get that check going. And that's because mainly when you have, you know, this as your primary, is what you got to do. You got to make sure that money stays where it could stay, where it could sustain you for a whole nother month. But for everybody, it's not like that. So you know, everybody don't need to do it.
Yeah, perhaps I do the same thing. I cut this shit off.
Yeah, trust and believe. Once I finish this, I cut this off. This gets shut down, and the lights go black. I may, you know, circle around and listen, but I'm not. I don't. It's too much.
Yeah, like certain people pop on. Yeah,
there's too much.
but I just
and
don't.
then even that,
Some people that migrate from.
if it goes to like where I really don't know what you're talking about, or I really don't want to hear, I don't listen. I just
Yeah, just tune in. All right,
I'll either
not about anything.
and roll out, and I don't have to say bye. I'm leaving. I ain't talking. I'm just not there. So I don't hear the rest of it.
And I know when I'm doing a real good job when I said, you know what, I hadn't heard that. Right. Because even when it's off, you hear a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which I always found strange.
Interesting, yeah.
But good for him. Good for him.
Definitely. All right. So moving past that, the Tommy Sotomayor situation with that woman I was watching, what is that man's name?
Did they get into a scuffle?
Lonnie B. Yeah, apparently. Well, she was walking around saying, of course, that she met with him and that his stuff stank and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was interesting, nonetheless.
Well, if his stuff, her face was in this stuff.
That was my question. That was
look. Let me tell y'all grown folks something. Wash your ass.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go hook up,
right?
You tell them the bathroom is there. Right. There's a fresh washcloth, some Dove soap, which is my favorite.
But then again,
and rinse. Please rinse.
But then again, part of it may have been he just thought that she was like not whatever, and he was just gonna do whatever and not.
Well, he's rude and crude to women anyway. But you know what? I think they do. A lot of them just do it just to get the rile out of them. That type of thing. Because there's no way in the world I'm going to let somebody disrespect me in the manner that he does,
right?
And me not kick his fucking balls into his nostrils, okay?
Right.
Because he says cringeworthy shit.
He does.
That I mean, if it gives me that effect where I'm like this, I'm like, oh man, he shouldn't have said that. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I have no idea what goes on in these sectors.
Yeah. Yeah, and keep it that way, Patty.
Keep it that way, please. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of times, a lot of his things, he does it to promote a kind of shock jock atmosphere kind of situation. But as a black man, though, I just think a lot of it is problematic. Because the others can say things and it be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're attacking black women, you come from a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
If you have sisters, they are black women. If you have daughters, they are black women.
No, and you deal with, I assume that he deals with black women.
Right. So then it's like, well, what are you saying to them? And I think a lot of times that is missed. It's like, I don't give a shit what they, like, and it's just like, how could you even be who you claim to be, knowing that you've been supported by these women that you stand on top of?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It really is. And it's like, there's no amount. And here we go again with you chasing after something and be damned everything that means anything because I'm chasing this, almost like, again, like the Tim Scott situation. You got people over here dying and suffering, and you go, there's no racism in America. Bitch, as we watching the Manchurian Candidate.
We're not even on the same planet as he
Are
is.
we watching the Manchurian Candidate? Like, what the fuck is we doing? Like, you really come out your mouth and say some shit like that, and did somebody just died? The other person got acquitted for killing another black man. Like, what the fuck is it? Sir.
Where are you?
Right. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But and again, like we say, hygiene matters. Wash your ass, wash your balls.
Now, unless it's a kink, okay?
Well, then again, that could have been said too. That maybe she said it was a kink, and then once she got when she got a whiff of it, it wasn't that much of a kink. And then too, I don't know.
No, he probably pissed her off.
Right? Yeah, I mean that.
Hey HB, how you doing?
Too. I don't know what he was. I don't know what the goal was or what the purpose was. Apparently, word on the curve is distant. I don't know how true it is. Allegedly that she does this. That was kind of her job or something. thing.
Oh, it was work.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know how true that was. I don't know. I heard somebody say that in one of the things when they were talking about it, and I was just like, "Well, how would you know?" Like, didn't
So I
she
guess
work?
she didn't get paid, huh?
But I thought, but I thought she was in the studio with him. I thought they worked together. So I was confused by the whole thing. I don't know what all that meant. But anyway,
I can never insult a black woman. That's true, Babs.
Yeah,
It's just certain things I wouldn't. I just
it's just certain things that you wouldn't say. I mean, it's if not for nothing, even if I didn't like black women, in a dating kind of realm, right?
I'm not going to disrespect them.
But I'm not going to disrespect them because I'm disrespecting my mother. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, my children. If my children,
right? That's what I'm saying. My children, my grandmother. So it's just like, and there's no way you can separate that. You know what I'm saying? You can't separate. Well, I don't like other black women, but I like my mom. No, she is that. She is that still that embodiment of a black woman. So in any way that you disrespect any black woman, you're disrespecting the nucleus that made you, the
That's
God that birthed you.
Right.
So then in all retrospect, you are disrespecting God. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the purpose of it. I don't get the what'd you say, Auntie Donna? She said she didn't sleep with him. Her friend did. She saw her on Clumber's channel. Okay.
She smelled.
I smelled through his clothes. Well, you know what his balls smell like through his clothes, though. Even still.
Look, when you're sexually aroused, you do give off pheromones and smells and odors, and your senses are heightened. You can smell those nowadays. Now, she might have been, though she was going to try to get something. Maybe she was ready. Hey, Brown's Beauty World. How you doing this evening?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Okay. Thank you, Auntie Donna, for that. But I'm still.
Count on Auntie Donna. I'll be watching you. Yes, Lord.
And thank you, Auntie Donna, for the tea and the update. But that's just nice. That's just, I don't know. That's just way too much. I mean, you could smell it through his clothes. What it smell like? Just so many questions. I have so many questions, but I'm gonna leave my questions alone.
Well, she's a ball connoisseur.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you trying to comfort a man, but how the hell you know what his nuts smell like? You in that many nuts that you know?
Well,
exactly
you know what? If all that was going on in there, that's more than just nuts alone. Okay.
But this is all of what I'm saying. It's almost like you're trying to exclude yourself out of the situation when you were in this.
Who said those sheets was cleaned anyway? You know how some people are.
They're a shitty mess.
They just take it to. Yeah. Oh God, what is his name? On the TV show, The Sharded.
Oh. Lamar Odom.
Yeah, Lamar.
Oh, don't talk about my fellow Jamaica Queens native neighborhood.
Well, he's shitty too. Yeah, I wouldn't have told nobody.
He's a shitty mess. Well, I mean, he had no choice. It's on camera. He's in Big Brother. That was the Big Brother show.
Well, you know what? The friend smelled the peen and still slept with him. That might have turned her on.
Yeah, right. Oh, just smelling. Oh. But then again, it could have been that cheese. You know, they say when you're uncircumcised, you get the cheese whiz in there.
I ain't all up in the man. I ain't up all on the man's dick like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
but like I said, when he was probably drunk, anticipating on getting some.
Okay.
And like when you get sexually aroused, you do give off odors.
Well, here we go for a plug. Manscaped has ball wipes. And so does Walmart. They have ball wipes and they have, those pussycat wipes for you women.
Has some peen cleaner.
They got peen cleaner and peen spray for your balls.
No, so and if you're really musty, you
pick yourself up time. Right. Or just take a damn bath. But I don't
yes,
know.
Soak.
Soak them.
Soak them.
Soak them in some bleach, like your grandma used to
rolling up in there. Like I said, if you go out, you going out. Sheesh, you always hit them spots. You make sure that stuff is
Yeah, you hit the hot spot.
Pristine.
Right. Well, I mean, mainly because one, you are a content creator. That's one. Two, you always know that people, once you meet them, they will talk about you. Whether it's good or
that's
bad.
a given. That's a given.
Right. So you would want to make sure that at least you're not, all kinds of crazy. I mean, if that's what you're trying to do.
No, you know what? Actually, it has been noted.
A little cap of bleach in the water, trying to clear you. Well, my grandma ain't never did it, but I've heard of some grandmothers put.
Yeah, you put a cap of bleach in there when they have little dirty kids. smell like outdoors.
Outside, you smell like outside.
No, but Brown's Beauty it has actually been known that your smell. Everybody doesn't have. If you're not physically, if you're not compatible biologically, that a person may smell off to you.
That's interesting.
But most people, if you're compatible, it's a smell. It's smell, which I've smelled people that did not have perfume or anything, but you can smell their scent on you. And it's attractive. It's a nice smell and it's a rousing scent. But if a person is not biologically or chemically, I would say chemically compatible to you, I guess that's just a work of nature. I don't know how the fuck nature does that. Maybe it's
like a Pepe Le Pew kind of situation.
Yeah, they either they don't smell or they just smell offensive to you.
Okay.
You heard? Yeah, see, Patty, I'm glad somebody, because I was trying to put it in simple English.
Right. That's what we try to do here. Keep it as,
So somebody toots that ass up to you, it ain't because they've been walking around all day. It's just that you're not supposed to be hitting that. You don't hit everything just because they toot it to you.
Right, exactly. Everything that toot may poot. I mean, that smells so great.
No, but then there's just some that people just trifling. They just don't wash their ass.
Yeah, that too. And I think that was more on the line. So he was just
that'll maybe try to get a couple of days extra wear out of those clothes.
Right. You're going to do what you're going to do. Just do it. That type of thing. And it was like, I'm not doing that. Instead of dipping in that shower. Yeah. Disgusting. But anyway, enough about that.
Why are you laughing, Pink? It's only the truth.
It's something. Other than that, nothing else much that I got going on here. Like I said, I got an hour and change left of the 1619 project, which has been a very good listen. And I'm still doing other books at the same time. So
see, I had to do the same thing because I had to put it down. It was getting too heavy.
Yeah. Even listening to it, you're like, oh my God, what? Oh my God.
It's everything that toots may not poot. Yeah. May poot. Yes.
Yeah. Everything.
Remember
may poot.
All those sexy things that you look at do serve a dual purpose.
Right.
It does more than one thing.
Right. Get it together.
So that 1619 project, that's a heavy book.
Yeah. I have a book full of notes.
No, you taking notes. I'm just struggling to get through it because I keep flipping back and forth.
Yeah, That's what I've been doing. I just stop, pause, write my notes, and keep going. But yeah, it's definitely a deep one. There was something. Oh yeah. Please, you got to check out Chainsaw Massacre, the newest.
I saw that one.
Oh my God.
I laughed all the way through it. It was because it was a good slasher movie. That's all I want. I want stupid people and stupid kids and lots of blood.
Gosh. I was so rooting, like, all right, these black people gonna be like, fuck this shit. We out here. Not the first motherfucker.
No, you know what got me? The bus scene.
Yes. I'm like, really? Y'all? Y'all.
It's on Netflix, y'all.
Yes, it's on Netflix. Chainsaw Massacre. It's on Netflix.
A new one. Crazy. And they brought back one of the original actresses.
Yes. Her old ass. Even though that whole shit where she was hanging from the damn chainsaw, bitch, you was dead. The fact that you could get up and do the shot and then reload the gun and throw it back, you're like, girl, really, girl,
Mhm.
girl.
Patty said, "You don't do slasher movies." I love
Oh my gosh,
the
this one
old
was
slasher
so
movies.
good. This one was so good. It so reminded me of like the old fashioned slasher,
Mhm.
minus the dumb.
Okay, we won't tell. It was very good. It's on
Yes,
Netflix.
yes.
But another good one is called From, which is on Epic. It's a series,
Okay.
and it has 3, so you can get you got if you have cable, it's on
Yeah.
cable Epic. But
Okay.
it's about all these people getting trapped in this small town,
Okay.
and at nighttime every night they get hunted.
Oh,
They can't go outside. They get hunted by these mystical beings. So I won't tell any more
okay.
about it.
Cool. I gotta check that out.
It kind of reminds me of what was that? Kind of like The Lost, where it just
Okay.
like it just starts
Yeah.
out. You're
Mhm.
thinking everybody's in this little town, but then you find out that you're looking at all the cars. All the cars
Mhm.
have flat tires.
Mhm.
Everything's a derelict,
Right.
and everybody's just going on about their business. And come to find out, they've been there for years.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, I love the scary stuff. I was surprised it actually
Myself
it actually
not
been coming
nightmares.
out.
Not nightmares. Yeah.
No, I was too busy laughing to get nightmares.
Yeah. No nightmares. I would just find myself. Well, I get it from my grandmother. Honestly, I am a yeller at the screen, like stupid and
you
all that
talk?
kind of stuff.
Oh, so we can't take you to the movies because you talk through the movies. You want to?
No, I don't talk. No, not at the
And
movies.
see, if we were downtown
Just
where the black folk
personally.
go, that's normal.
Wait, because you can't hear nothing. Like I don't like going to the movies because you can't hear nothing because everybody be talking and shit. You'd be like, oh, what? Especially like when they have those scenes where there's dialogue and you're like, I can't hear what they're saying because there's so many people talking. But no, I'm one of those, like my grandma used to be like, oh, shut up, like don't go in there, stupid. He right there. So that be me most of the time. But my friends enjoy it.
Yeah, but I love Jeepers Creepers too.
Yeah, I like Jeepers Creepers too. Yeah, I like that too.
Because that was just one of those strange movies.
It is.
You didn't have to over explain it. It was just something that was going on.
I will say, being out here though, I'll be like,
well, yeah, out there where you at, I'd be afraid of all the white people and all the cornfields.
Driving by, I'd be like, boy, if something come flying out the sky or through this thing, I'm hitting it.
And you up there by all them national parks and all that shit where white people like to die at.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I won't be bothered. Up there in the hills.
It's so crazy. Yes.
Where the white people get slashed.
Or they be doing the slashing, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely something to check out. I know there was something else. I forgot. Are
they doing the Obama movie too? I saw Viola Davis dressed up as
another one.
Yeah, but this one's Viola Davis. I don't know who the guy is.
They did 2 already. They did
well, there's going to be another one.
Oh, they did Barry, and then they did the one of him and Michelle.
Oh yeah, that's right. They sure did do Barry. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. They did Barry, and then the one of him and Michelle, which are I know Barry's on Netflix still. I'm not sure if the one with him and Michelle's first meeting is on Netflix.
No, I haven't seen Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal? Yeah, I've seen Shallow Hal. That was funny. Yeah, I like Shallow Hal. Shallow Hal was funny.
One thing.
And don't do. Yeah, I know. I do. I was so like. There was the one scene, and I'm not giving away what it do. Went into the kitchen, and you saw the meat cleaver. I was like, "Take it." He turned right around. The meat cleaver's gone, and he looking around like, still looking like, do. The fuck are you doing, idiot?
They just do stupid shit. See, it wouldn't even be a movie if I was in it. Because I'd see something and shit wouldn't look right. I'd be right in my car. It's like, where is he going?
Right.
I'd be back.
Right.
And that'd be it. It'll be done. It'll be a short ass. It'll be a short.
Tesla be rolling because I'll be out of there. Oh, okay. Jasmine Guy is. I can't wait to see a lot of these movies. I know she was gonna do. I saw the, not the trailer, but the clip, the picture of what you guys were talking about. Viola Davis.
Oh, Viola Davis as a warrior.
Warrior.
I Am King or something like that.
Yeah, something like
I think it's called I Am King.
Oh, I am the man queen or something.
The man king. The
woman king or something.
But she
like
was
that.
dressed up like Shaka Zulu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking, and she always why they always make her look greasy.
They do. But they made her look greasy ever since Antoine Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Antoine Fisher. She was looking all
greasy. Everything she played.
Like how your mama used to take that Vaseline and slap it on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like
can't nobody catch you or hold you because you slide through like a greased pig. Greasy. Right. But they always make her look that way.
They do.
And she's one of those ones. She's like Cicely Tyson that can always play those gritty roles.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
And I do mean
what's going on, Travis? Yes, greasy.
And look 100 years old.
Right.
And still play the hell out still play the hell out the part.
Play it to the hills.
Mm-hmm.
She was dressed like Wakanda, was she? Hey. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I saw the preview for was it Black Adam? I don't know.
Yeah, with The
Rock.
The Rock. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like. Ooh.
I like the darker DC stuff.
Okay.
I like the darker, but I don't know why it just doesn't catch on.
Yeah,
something about DC just has never. Even as the comic book, when I used to read the comic books, mm-hmm. the heroes just seem so. Even though a lot of them were the firsts,
mm-hmm.
They just never seem to hold your interest. You know what? They seem two-dimensional. Where if you, in comparison to the old Marvel comic books, they were more in depth and in detail. They were more like soap operas.
Okay.
And they not like the stuff that you get now. I mean, they used to really set up the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But now you just get like a little thought bubble with the dialogue and that's it. And it's nothing like the way that it used to be. You had to. And that's how I learned how to reading comic books.
Okay.
When I was a kid, my brother used to have a whole stack of them, and he'd sit down there and he made me read that shit. And but it was just real. It just reminds you of soap opera stuff because they went into depth with the characters, and DC's characters just don't do that. You just hear, it's always the same thing. Batman brooding, and it's like, goddamn, well, your parents died 18,000 years ago. How long are you going to hold on to this feeling? Don't you think you ought to get help by now if you're still feeling this way?
With all the damn money you have, you should have.
Yeah. You're that rich.
Professional help.
Yeah. I think they're supposed to be coming out. They're supposed to be doing another Fantastic Four. I'm really not feeling it because I'm tired of all the other ones that they've done, and they've
and tried to I guess change it up a bit.
Change it up, made the
multicultural.
They were even talking about doing that again, and I wish they stick to the book.
Right. You know what, Pink? I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
But I heard it was.
It's on my list. Yeah.
Right. It's on my list, but I definitely waiting for Snowfall. Skyfall? Snowfall?
Snowfall.
Skyfall? Is it Skyfall?
Snowfall.
About
the drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good as shit. That's
it
good.
Is. It's so good.
I told you, man. I told you. I was like, God damn it. He's smart as shit. Damn.
Good old Franklin. I'm waiting.
How they running that crack cocaine up in there?
You can't get into Bel Air, really? Yeah, I've heard it's different. It's definitely a lot different than
It's not going to be funny.
Yeah, than the sitcom. But shout out to Will Smith making himself occupied, getting all this money on the flow.
Well, he should, because Jada just been bringing his ass out.
Yeah,
God damn.
Telling all the business.
Telling all your business. And see, you can do stuff and you can have agreements within your relationship.
Right.
But don't air that shit out. Everybody should know your business. Everybody know you would mess with that little boy.
Right. Yeah.
You know, that you're pretty much
Well, I think he did that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she did that.
No, I think he did. The boy aired it out first, and then she
came.
control.
Well, you know what? That's what happened. Older ladies.
Yeah.
Older ladies. This is a lesson.
Ladies.
That's why you don't mess with little boys.
Yeah.
You have a good time and send them on their way.
I can't imagine Carlton as a drug addict.
Drug addict.
Yeah, I heard he's like snorting Adderall or some shit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I guess they kind of updated to
a modern what a modern rich kid would be doing.
Now, yeah, because back then, and especially it was the flip, you know, everybody was pigeonholed and stereotyped as, you know, a drug dealer, whatever, blah blah blah.
So they wanted
to make it more wholesome, but now they want this to appeal to a wider audience.
Yeah. An audience that didn't grow up with the sitcom.
Yeah. So and that's another thing. And and that usually makes things harder too. Once you've seen the originals and you've grown up with them, and then they switch to a more you know, progressive
thing. Yeah. The whole situation looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize, though, too, I mean, you know, those of us who are old enough from the inception of Fresh Prince, you know that it's a sitcom. So you should know that there's going to be a different dynamic from a sitcom than like a drama type of situation.
Well, at least now, when they switch out the mamas and go from the dark mama to the light mama, it'll be they'll write it in because the uncle. Yeah, I divorced her. And that's my side piece now. I can write that in there.
Real quick, Sisters. Oh my gosh, I can't with Sisters. And that started just out of nowhere, and I've been hooked ever since. And it just it needs to just hurry up and be over so I can watch it all through and then be done. All this waiting to the next week is getting on my nerves, but that's a good show too. I think one of Tyler Perry's best when it comes to that. He has a new one called Brothers coming out. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll check it out just to see what.
Has it gotten better with the wigs?
Yeah, they gotten better with the wigs and the setting.
Tyler, let other people do shit.
I really do think it's time.
You can't do the hair, girl.
You can't do everything. You do it and pay himself. How you do it and pay yourself? Yeah, I think it's time to let other people do stuff. But he has that, and there was something else I was watching that I said, "Ooh, we gotta." No, Snowfall. That was that, and that Sisters. What else was it? When I get off of here, it's gonna come to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's what it was." But no, I can't think of it right now. But yeah. No, can't think of it.
Yeah, stop writing all the scripts. Hire people to do the hair and wigs.
You have a studio to run. Run the studio.
That's because he don't want to. He don't want them to unionize and pay them the proper rate that they should be.
But then, I mean, I get it. It's his baby. It's his project that he feels like he.
Yeah, but you know what? After a while, everybody has a pattern and a look. You know, everybody's style is the same. Yeah. That's like what's that little cricket? What's the guy name? The little short guy with the glasses. That's the producer. Looks like Jiminy Cricket.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee's movies.
He's a director.
Everything. That's what I said. A director. What did I say?
You said producer.
Oh, producer. Oh, okay.
Don't do it to Spike Lee. Actually, Spike Lee is getting an award, Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, he should. But all his shit look alike to me. Yeah, it just always. You can almost say the lines, even if it's a different movie. Yeah. That and when what I really used to hate is that gliding walk.
Oh yes,
it's like they glide. It's like. You know what? That was fine the first two times, but goddamn, please stop. Don't do
He has always done it. That is his staple in his movies.
Yeah, but he needs to stop.
The saddest one.
He needs to stop.
The saddest one was in Malcolm X, though. That was the saddest one. I was like, oh. But yeah, he's always done that. Yeah. So in this close of Black History Month, I didn't do a whole rendition of.
You know,
Black
this was like
History.
one of the worst Black History months that I can ever remember.
Yeah,
So much
so
dark,
much backhanded dark shit.
and and lifting of the lids of the eyes. You just see
Yeah.
so much stuff has come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So much stuff has come out.
I think it
And
was
it's
a
just-
history lesson for us all that we ain't really
Mhm.
gone as far as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Matrix for real, man.
Yeah.
We plugged in. We were so
You
plugged
said
into
that-
this shit. You know, see
you
what was
said that
anything that's
earlier.
going on.
When you said something like that earlier, that's what hit my head. Like, oh, it's like the Matrix. It was like, people are sleeping, and some people are, woke. But then, what does woke mean for some? But you got to unplug from this shit. You stay plugged in. You stay controlled.
Yeah.
You really have to unplug. And again, it's not about even in the interview that I did with Junk Vern's Closet. And shout out to her. She did.
Yeah, that was good. You know what? That's what we didn't talk about.
Oh, we don't have to talk about that.
Huh?
I don't like
It was very.
about that. But
No, it was very good, and I like her energy, man.
Oh, yeah,
She is pumped.
She has great energy. She is always pumped. She is a great person. I stumbled upon her. I think she was doing what they call when they try to just bring people in and people just subscribe. I don't know what that's called, but that's how I stumbled upon her. And we've been cool ever since. And it was just like on some, where you from? Da-da-da. Oh my God. And it's her energy has always just been the same the whole time.
She is, because I've seen her do other things, and she'll have the pom-poms, and she's like,
pom-poms,
it's like,
and
what are you on?
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, that's just her energy. She is so pumped.
She is.
And she gets enjoyment out of her. She has a genuine smile on her face the whole time, and she's intent. Her questions were on point.
Helpful. She is. She's learned. She's very attentive to anything and anyone. She doesn't have a problem helping you. It's never a thing of, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you that because that's taken away from my platform on my channel. She's always been that way with anybody. I'm not saying that she's, done anything extra out of the way for me. Just watching her when people have asked her questions or, look to her for certain situations or certain questions, she's just always willing to lend that extra hand. But it was a great interview. It really was. It was a great
if y'all get a chance, hop on over to Vern's Closet.
Yeah, Vern's Junk Closet.
Vern's Junk Closet, and check her out.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're looking for a change of all this stuff.
Yes, and it is definitely a pleasant change.
And that's why I do promote stuff on my community wall that at times are different and talking about a different subject matter because, it's informative. It's something to make you think. A lot of times we are so inundated with all the things that's going on, not only in the world, but in our own religion and stuff like that. And sometimes you got to break away and open your mind to things that are different. But it was a really good interview.
Not only that, if you want to change the algorithm, lie to it, because what you like, if you click kittens and puppies, it will show you
kittens and puppies.
So lie to it. If you want to change your pace, you don't want to see the same old beefing stuff all the time,
right?
Because there's a lot of other things going on
all the time.
What you say, Baps? My dad was just saying about how folks can't. Yeah, that's right. Can't pretend racism doesn't exist, and that's the one thing I used to worry about, especially with our young folk, because they would forget that, this is all they know.
Yeah.
They don't remember a time when it's been different.
Right.
So I used to worry that they wouldn't see it. Yeah. So I always make it a point. I tell my grandkids all the time, give them comparisons. Yeah. Y'all don't see a lot of stuff that goes on, but luckily there's somebody around that's going to tell you, what this person said to you, you could take it 2 or 3 different ways.
Definitely. But thank you so much. I wanted to say that publicly. Thank you so much for popping in and showing your support, sir. I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. You want to come out there and embarrass you, didn't I? I'll be wanting to. My hands be itching. My hands be itching.
No, I am. I'm just me. I don't. I do what I do and I say what I say, but I'm not boisterous about it or anything like that. I've never been. So it was nice and definitely
yourself, because I was going to type in there.
Yeah, I know.
Don't
I
forget.
know. That's
my
what I said.
hands was.
That's what I said. That's why I said it. I was like, I know
was,
he's gonna say pimp myself, and I said, no, I'm just saying.
And then she would have said, "What do you mean by pimp?
Yeah.
Block his ass."
No, she wouldn't have said that. But to that, yes, check out other content creators. There's a treasure trove of other people that we can look to and listen to. And I'm just talking about Black content creators or content creators of color, to be honest, because white folks get the extra stick even in this. They can talk about bullshit.
You know what, too?
Have thousands and thousands of subscribers. Mm-hmm.
But you know what, too? If you, as a content creator, go over into those areas too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it spreads you around. People get to see you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get used to. They know what, once you establish what your content is and things like that. You don't have to do panels, but just down in the chat.
Yeah.
Or if you happen to, they have a time like Information Man.
Right.
You go up on his, you have a little discussion, whatever. You drop your line. You have to sell your shit.
Yeah.
You have to, you really do. You have to sell your shit, and because it doesn't necessarily have to be a Black thing, even though that this is something that you cater to. But it spreads you out. It puts you in their areas.
Yeah.
So now you're showing up. Somebody puts in wellness and politics.
Right.
Yours will be in that mix also.
Yeah. I get that.
So you don't definitely just go ahead and close them out altogether, because it's relatively small. You have the black sector and the beef sector and manosphere and all that other shit. But if you figure it out, they're all the same people because we move back and forth.
Yeah.
So if you want to pick up more, you need to go out, venture out into the different areas. Don't be afraid to go down the block and around the corner. That type of thing. Right. And go out there and steal some of their content too. Go ahead. But anyway, but get ideas.
Right.
Look at the titles of their videos. See what it is that can kind of bolster your viewership.
Mm-hmm.
Just using, because that algorithm, all it's doing is playing on words that you use.
Right.
So you have to be kind of creative.
Right. That part is true.
You definitely, you don't get comfortable just being in the, hang around in the Black neighborhoods. Yeah, it's safe, but you go out there and make a name for yourself, or people will say, people will say, well, man, he knows what he's talking about, or he's giving us another perspective,
right? Because
we don't have that many people of color, coming up.
I mean, that's all it is perspective, It's
not. Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, sir. And I take that.
Very good. It's free.
Yes. Yes. We like free, but we like to pay for stuff too.
Well, it all
well, I mean, some of
all shit you pay for ain't good shit.
Some of us get it. Well, I mean, I learned that today with the goddamn ring light. That's just sad.
You must have really smashed it.
No, no. Actually, I pulled it, and the control button, the whole wire came out. So it was like, okay, so how am I supposed to open this up to fuse the thing back? It was just really, really crazy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. But yeah, so I. I was kind of like, oh, and then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm down a light. So, but thank you so much for the super chat.
That's right. Thank you for the super chat.
From earlier. So we can get the ball rolling. But, I'm blessed enough to not necessarily, be thriving for that, but it is appreciated. nonetheless. So thank you so much. Yeah, and I think that's all I got. I mean, you were well over my 2-hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
And
And see, you didn't melt.
And it was so, yeah, I didn't. Maybe because I saved a little bit and I wasn't all whooped up for the first part, and then later on it was like,
yeah, you get hyped.
Yeah, because a lot of
And then
it makes me so it just gets me so like, and this is my therapy. This is my wellness. To kind of
well, man, you need to start smoking or something, because goddamn you.
I don't smoke that much.
Well, you ought to try it. Melissa, hook them up.
Because that'll be worse. We'll start having real. I'll be all the time like life.
No, because
like
I'll be laughing at you. I was like, you can't even look at your eye. Your eye all your way.
I'm giving you Wiley right
I'm
now.
laughing.
Giving you Wiley. That one I'd be over here.
Way over there. It's like, I don't know who's he talking
Let's see, who's he looking at?
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you blue.
He must have dual monitors.
I'm giving you blue wolf pussy. Just like
oh no, that's no, don't smoke nothing then, man. Don't
don't want to do that.
No, because that's
not.
He needs help.
That's no, that's not.
He said, "You'll tell her." Yeah, that's right. It's hard to find a good weed man. Somebody that's constant.
No, I don't even do it that much, Steve. Man, it would sit. Weed with me would sit because I'm the type like if I'll pick it up, I pick it up. If I don't, I won't, and it could be a while.
Mm-hmm. So it's always nice to have that. Come in nice containers now.
I know things that look like little lunch bags.
Little lunch bag and the vials.
That seal the fragrance. So you're like, I don't smell anything.
You can't smell anything, which is good. You can always use them.
Hey, what's up, Candy Cane? How are you?
You can always use them for later. Have nice.
Yep.
How they
do it to cover up?
Yeah. So look at that. It's nice. This is glass.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's glass. They real nice. Or the little packs.
Speaking of that, for us voters in Maryland this coming election, it will be on the docket for legalizing the marijuana and marijuana.
We need some local. We need something local.
Well, they already raking. These white folks is.
We have the medical because there's one over on.
They're making the medical things right now. So they're raking in, but so that'll be on the voting ballot this coming election cycle. So make sure you look out for that.
Yeah. But there's still nothing like having a weed guy across the street.
No, I'm sure it isn't. Sure it is not.
Now that we've come to an understanding.
Yeah.
So which is good.
I come to an understanding. Like, listen here, little nigga.
Oh, yeah, because in the beginning it was like that. It's like, look, I don't have no problems with what you selling. You ain't selling nothing but weed. You ain't selling a whole bunch of other shit out here.
Right.
I said, my problem is your customers have to go home.
Y'all sit down.
It was funny. It was funny because we used to have a problem with, because they come out and they want to hang there and all the rest of this and that. Then it's like, before you know it, somebody wants to get shoot. They start fighting. You know how young boys are. Yeah. They want to start fighting and shit. It's like, look, because me and a couple of neighbors, we outside talking, and the young boy happened to come outside. Like, hey, come here, let's scream at you for a minute.
Bring your ass here, boy.
We have no problems. Matter of fact, we could work with you. Okay. Right. You can go ahead because
all this goddamn
it's all that noise, and your customers need to go.
Right.
I said, because you're not. I said they're not paying you to sit on your porch, right?
Right.
I said, and they're driving your business away because people come along, they're not gonna want to come there because a whole bunch of young boys are hanging up there.
Right.
I said, and plus I said we could drop you some tips, when the cops are in the area, because we are in the neighborhood association.
Right.
That type of thing.
Right.
Because with this young guy here, he's not gonna ever be able to hold a real job, because he got felonies.
Oh,
he can't get anything. His mother's elderly and sickly.
Oh,
and he brings in money for the
Money
house
for the house.
now, and that's what he does. He does that. It's like, look, we ain't got no problem with it. Just tell them motherfuckers to go home.
Right.
You know, so I said, we ain't trying to kill your business. We know what your situation is. That's why we tell y'all all the time, don't catch a charge. It's not worth it. They just want to hem you up.
Right.
You know, so other than that, it's great.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
You have reached a mutual understanding by all parties.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of times they think, well, they don't want us to do this. Like, no, there's a reason why. Because it attracts the element.
Right.
And it's not like you selling fentanyl or something else.
Right.
You just sell you strictly
Lord
weed.
knows the white folks is on it for that because they white children just dying, Lord, from all the fentanyl.
Yeah, I mean, nobody, you know, because you can tell when there's a shift in the area when something new back then, because I guess they're all old or what, because they don't do shit nowadays compared to what it used to be, because it used to be hot around here.
Oh Lord, gee, I remember it used to be crazy when I was younger and used to visit. It was
like party 24/7.
Yeah.
All it's like, don't you motherfuckers go to bed?
Nope.
And I was like, I hope y'all getting paid. I said, because y'all out here
all
in the morning, all night long,
all midday,
and going woot hollering down up and down the street,
all down the street hollering and screaming. You like,
yeah, and I'd be like, take your ass to bed. God,
I'm like, I'm ready to go home. All this don't even happen in New York. I was like, no, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, but then when it's real quiet, then I get nervous because it feels like, you know, it's just too quiet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's all I have. And until next time, any closing remarks, sir?
No, everyone stay safe. Keep your mask on, even though they are dropping mask mandates.
Oh yeah, please.
This is a virus.
Don't believe the hype. They're dropping mask mandates. Gas is rising because spring is coming. So
yeah, that's what it is too. Yeah, you're right.
Do it all
we're getting gentrified too.
Coming, right. Spring is coming and election season is upon us. So they always do that to make sure to kind of angle your vote too. So if you can kind of strategically work out your gas filling until that gets back down. But with inflation and everything rising, I ain't gonna blame it on that necessarily, but everybody trying to make money. These people are trying to make money. They've been making money during this whole goddamn pandemic. This is nothing different.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me, how is gas prices going up? When we refine our own gas. Now, granted, the prices should have jumped a little bit because you had virus shutting down, you know, petroleum, and of course, it's should be switching over to the summer blend, which is a lighter blend anyway. Right. But what does our gas have to do with what's going on over in Europe?
It's slow, right? Nothing. But it is slowing down with the, you know, with the oil rigs that are in the middle of the ocean and shit. It's slowing that down too because the coronavirus.
Yeah. So, like I said, I expected the gas that part there. Hey, Lemon, how you doing?
But it ain't got shit to do with what's going on and what you call it. Hey, what's up, Lemon? How are you?
You ain't cursing nobody out, are you?
No, right. Skinny
when I hear
motherfucker.
When I hear him curse, I'm like, well, this shit is really bad.
Yeah, somebody done pissed somebody off. Right. That's how people view it when they see me curse. Yeah. They're like, who pissed you off? Because the same way I feel about Lemon. I'm like, oh man, he must have really pissed.
Yeah, somebody must really got on his fucking nerves, and he just does not seem that. It takes a lot.
Yeah,
it seems to rile him to that point. But I tell you, boy, but once he gets started,
that's it. It's on and going. And that little song was cool. That little song that they did was.
Yeah, Patty do price gouging. So everybody's trying to make money off of the shortage.
That is,
you know, chicken prices may be going up more anyway, because there is a flu. So they have that's what it was. That's what it is. So they don't know whether or not they want to destroy them or not. I think they're waiting to see.
And sure enough, the cow flu will be coming back too. What was that one called? It was swine flu. There was a cow one. Because that's when
hoof and mouth disease. I don't know.
that's when Oprah said she was gonna stop eating beef.
Eating beef.
In the beef market. Then the beef people tried.
And as you see, she ain't stopped eating no beef. Okay. All right, y'all.
He's still eating Batman's beef. Well,
I don't know.
between him and Gail.
Gail, Gail, maybe. I know Gail got a new wig. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Her wigs look like football helmets. I ain't never seen something. It's like,
but
girl, who
mad cow disease. That's what it was. Thank you, Patty Duke. But you know what?
Mad cow disease. It's a hoof and mouth.
Yeah, see, you be cutting up sometimes. Yeah, but
you be cutting, but I they done pissed on you because you be over there cursing. I'd be like, God damn, okay.
I always catch it later because sometimes I'll be falling asleep on you guys. You guys be up late.
Yeah.
I ain't got the type of energy. Sometimes in the midst, if I wake up, I'll listen, but most of the time I catch something.
No, I have to turn it off because I ain't gonna be sitting about late long hearing everybody rant in the middle of the night.
Y'all people be in my ear, so you be dreaming about voices. they be the same voices that you was like, what? That weird ass dream. Then I go back and listen, I'd be like, oh, they was talking about this weird shit. That's why. So I have to listen to y'all while I'm in the midst of sleeping. But anyway, guys, hope everybody has a great night. Remember to moisturize, wash your balls, wear your mask. Moisturize your little kitty cat things.
Spit don't swallow. That's all you forgot. Spit don't swallow.
Yeah, spit don't swallow. And some of you need to make sure you spit and make sure you don't swallow because some of y'all are just not what you call it.
No throat babies.
And some people don't deserve to be born because you have other people. All
right. You rambling now.
That living news. And until next time, America.
Everybody take care.
Wonderful, safe night.